Yeah, I mean, we had our opportunities and we just didn't play well enough to get over the hump. I believe we cut it to 4, and I don't know if we had the ball when we cut it to 4, but we were down 5 and we missed the front end of a 1-1. Again, we had our opportunities, we just didn't capitalize in the moments that we needed to.
Coach, I feel like this season has just been such an emotional roller coaster for you guys. All of these, being on the wrong side of buzzer beaters, being on the wrong side of comebacks, being on the right side of them. I mean, just kind of what is the temperature of this locker room right now? Like, is that kind of wearing down on them at all?
No.
Did you notice anything in particular today that kind of resulted in the comeback kind of dwindling at the end?
I don't know what you mean.
Just like if there was anything you noticed, like during when Charleston was able to start to string together some offensive momentum and you guys had the 4, cut it to 4 and then kind of fell back. Did you notice anything happening in particular?
That's just the ebb and flow of basketball. Basketball is a game of runs, and they were able to throw it inside and get a couple baskets that allowed them to get control of the game.
Was there anything in particular that Charleston's defense was doing to make you guys uncomfortable, or did you feel like it was things you were seeing from on your end?
Well, I thought it was a combination of both. They're a very good defensive team, and again, we had some opportunities that we just didn't take advantage of. And against a good team, you have to be able to take advantage of it.
Coach, what positives can you take away from this loss?
I mean, our guys, they don't give up. We keep fighting. But that's our MO. We do that every game. We're going to fight until the clock is 0. And unfortunately tonight, we just didn't, we weren't able to get over the hump in the midst of us having kept fighting.
Coach, you guys opened the game of, Charleston, one of the worst teams in the conference, 3-point shooting loss coming into the game, and then they opened up the game with 53%, 8 threes in the first half. Right, you guys brought it back second half. They were 2 for 11. So why do you think the game opened up the way it did with them just shooting the lights out, having a once in a season performance now?
I can't control them making shots. Again, that was the game plan, to make them have to make shots to beat us. And what we told the guys at halftime was they were going to regress to the mean. And that's just the way basketball goes. And they did. They shot 18% in the second half, which allowed us to get back in the game. We just just disappointed that we weren't able to seize the moment when we got back in the game.
You talk about seizing the moment. Can you talk about how proud you are of your team of consistently creating that moment to seize, I guess to say? They consistently put themselves in the holes to start the game, but they always find a way to claw it back, at least give themselves a chance to fight. Are you proud of your team for that anyway?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, I don't want to get down like that, you know what I mean? But again, that's the ebb and flow of basketball. It's the ebb and flow of the game. We don't panic when we get down like that. I want to say it was 10-0. And, we normally, our fans normally are only standing up about 30 seconds. We normally score early. And it's crazy because I pay attention to that. Because I don't want our fans standing so long. Shoot, they stood through first time out, to the point where the announcer had to say, okay, let's stand back up after the, which is, you know, you never want that to happen because that means that we haven't scored the basketball, which we're very capable of scoring the basketball. So, you know, again, that was the game plan, to make them have to beat us from the outside. When they came out on fire like that, I knew they were going to, you know, cool off and regress to the mean, like I said. Again, we just didn't seize the moment. But that was I like how you put that. We've had moments to seize. And I'd probably rather us not have moments to seize, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather us be able to go out, but you know, with this young group, they never cease to amaze me. They just, you know, they just keep fighting. And unfortunately, when we do get down like that, we don't panic. Fortunately, we don't panic, but unfortunately, we get down like that, and we just keep going, keep fighting.
I was wondering if you had any words about Lucia Burton. I know in the game against Hampton, he had like two of the biggest plays of the game. One weren't just the baskets, but the two passes to end that game were incredible, and in my opinion, they won the game. But in a game like this, where he brought it back, brought the energy, started knocking down threes, which led to Dwayne Pierce knocking down some threes too right after him. Could you talk about what he brings to your team?
Well, you know, whenever you can shoot the basketball, you create situations for others out there in the court, as well as yourself. So his ability to shoot the basketball is fearless. You know, he doesn't mind if he just missed one, he'll come right back and shoot the next one. I thought he got going there tonight. I thought DP did a great job. I saw that he was high, called a play for him, hit him, and he made another one, which really, you know, got us going. So, you know, offensively, he can really get going and can really put the ball in the hole. So, again, I thought he, like you said, made two big threes against Hampton, but his passes and his save of one is probably the difference in the game. And then tonight, he gave us a really good boost off of this.
Felt like Lewis kind of was struggling a little bit tonight. What were just kind of some of your words of advice to him through that?
Well, you know what? It speaks volumes of Lewis. I mean, as you would say, he struggled. He scored 16 points.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that speaks volumes of, and he was 5 for 9, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. You know, those are weighty expectations to put on a freshman. So, no, I didn't say anything to him because, you know, he scored the ball the way that he normally does. Just didn't have a whole lot of help around him, basically.
Do you feel like it just took a little bit for him to kind of get started?
No, he don't really press about that because he knows he's going to get, you know, opportunities to get going, even if it doesn't happen for him right away at the beginning of the game. He doesn't really sweat that.
Previously, you spoke about your fans, so I would like for you to talk about what do you want Aggie fans to understand about where this team is right now?
That's a great question. I would like them to probably appreciate how hard these guys play, how competitive they are on a nightly basis, how we're going to rumble for 40 every single night. I'd like them to, you know how young these guys are. We're the 10th youngest team in the country. You know, it's not easy for these guys. Like if you go down the roster, Lewis Walker, this is his first year of Division I experience. Amadou Doumbia, first year of Division I experience. Dwayne Pierce, first year of Division I experience. Will Felton's been out for however, and now he's really getting. Moser Burton, this is his first year of Division I experience. So we just got a bunch of young guys who never use that as an excuse. And I'm only saying it now because you said, you know, what do you want the fans to know about this team? I think it's a team that fans can embrace because they do play so hard, they are so competitive, they don't give up. And got to get them back. We got to get these guys back. And that's the tricky part of it with NIL, transfer portal, and all that kind of stuff. Because in a normal world, which college athletics aren't normal anymore, in a normal world, you would look at our team and say, wow, next year and the year after, these guys will be good, be really good. But unfortunately, you just don't know how many guys you're going to have just because of the transfer portal, NIL, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just different now. It's different now. But I appreciate the hell out of our fans. I thought it was a great crowd. I thought it was loud. But I know, we gotta have some type of competition or something out there for them to, whether it be Greek night or class versus class night. I get that. That's cool. But I like that they come here to celebrate those different occasions. That's fine. And I thought they were loud. They got into it when we made our comeback and that sort of thing. So I appreciate the heck out of our fans. I think it's a great fan base. And I guess, like you said, to answer your question, to reiterate, I hope they like the fact that how hard these guys play, how young they are, but how hard they play, and how talented they are. They're just young and inexperienced right now.
One last question for Coach.
Coach, I'm just curious, you mentioned about thinking about keeping players and getting them to come back when they're so young. At what point do you kind of start to think about that? When are you kind of required to have to make plans for that?
Well, the transfer portal opens up in April, so you better start thinking about it before then.
Yeah.
It's tricky. It's tricky. It's what Orson Welles says, New World Order. That's what it is. It's a New World Order. So when is the time? I don't know that there is a right time. You know what I mean? You just have to sort of pick and choose your how to do it, when to do it. I could tell you, I'll use my 33 years of Division I experience. This thing just happened 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's all new for us. It's new for everybody in the country. So I think the best way to answer the question is just say, you just have to have a feel for it. Just try to find out what's best. Just try to figure out what the best plan of attack is, and just attack it in that manner.
Thank you, Coach Ross.